Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. There we go. It's so awesome to see you guys again and those smiling faces. And we came back to Zoom because we missed you. So I'm so glad you are back. And today we're going to do listening and speaking. Now we're going to have your mics muted, but that's only because we have so many children who want to learn and I can't hear everybody at the same time. So what you can do is, if it's related to what we're doing today, just type in the chat box and I will do my best to answer your messages or your questions. Okay. So now, today, this is me. You remember me. Okay, I'm Sheena Cooney. I'm your English teacher for grade 5. Awesome to be back. Oh, I just have to share this with you. Last week, remember I gave some homework about writing and I got this beautiful paragraph and story from Audrey. She went and she looked up about bees and she drew a mind map and wrote things about bees that I did not actually know. I read the story and I just thought I had to share it with you guys because it really is really nice. And so whenever you see you have completed a task and you want to share it with me, I have put my email address on the previous page so you can email your work to me. Okay. If you can't type anything, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Okay. And so, are you ready? Now, remember, today is listening and speaking. So, because you're muted, we're going to have to be doing a lot more listening, eh? And your speaking is going to be your typing. So, yeah, get those ears ready, you gorgeous people. Are you ready? So, today we will listen to an animal tale on animals that can fly. Take notes, draw a table with words that are given to help you. So do you have your pens and pencils ready? Where are they? I don't see your pens and pencils. Come on, there we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to ask our host if she can't see if you can still type in the chat. If it's a problem on our side, we'll address it. If not, please be patient. Okay, guys? I appreciate that so much. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Well, the next set. Respond to questions about the story. So we're going to read this awesome story today, and then I'm going to put questions out there. And if you can't type it to me on the chat box, you write it down and you email it to me. Okay? All right. Okay. Recognize the genre. I don't know if some of you were at my lesson about genre. We are talking about the different types of genre. So it is what type of story it is. Is it a myth? Is it a legend? Is it fiction? Is it non-fiction? So let's see if you can recognize where the story fits into place. Be able to give an opinion. So I'm sure when you read stories, you have thoughts about it. And it's not going to be just, ma'am, this story's boring. That's not an answer. No. Why is it boring? Why didn't you like it? Be a bit passionate. Come on. And why did you like it? Hey? If it was about some super duper cool dude that could do magic tricks, I bet you would tell me all about it. Or if it was about the Diary of the Wimpy Kid, yeah, you would tell me, ma'am, it's so fun because of this and I like this guy. So when you are giving a positive feedback, you must also be able to give a negative one in a nice way and with detail. Okay, recognize and use a dictionary to look up unfamiliar words. So if there's words you don't know what they are, you're welcome to Google it. See, that's the joys of being able to have Google. And if you have a dictionary next to you, you can look it up. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. And guess what? I have set up Flipgrid, and I'm going to show you instructions at the end, exactly how to do it, and you have to ask your parents' permission. And you can retell today's story to me, because I would love to see your faces again, and I would love to hear your voices. So then you listen carefully to the story, because I would really like you to tell the story back to me. So, are we ready to begin? I see you waiting so patiently. Look at my beautiful picture. Isn't it pretty? And this story is called King of the Birds. And if you go to the site, you see at the bottom of the page, African Storybook, you will find lots of stories there. And they're really nice stories. And they're really interesting. And they're actually quite different from the normal, ordinary stories we get out there. So I think you will definitely enjoy it, grade 5s. So let us begin. Now, if you've got your pencil handy, I would like you to, as we read, take a note of the characters, because there are quite a few in this story. Okay, the setting. Where's it going to happen? Now, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, ma'am, I know all this. Yeah, until we get down to the end of the story and I ask it to you, and then you're like, I didn't write that down. I know these things. Don't shake your head at me. The next one is problem. What is the problem in the story? Yes, teachers can feel eye rolls and head shakes from far away, trust me. So the story is going to have a problem in it. What is that problem going to be? What is that problem going to be? And then we have a solution. So even though there's a problem in the story, there's also going to be a solution in the story. Let's see if you'll be able to figure it out. There's a sly winner. Who of you know what sly is? You can chat to me, to my name, Sheena, in the text box. Okay, I'm reading it all the time while I'm teaching you. Okay, so who knows what sly means? If you're sly, what kind of person are you? Someone said mischievous. Hello, Praise. It's so nice to have you back. And Amanda, oh, I recognize a few names. Cheeky, someone said cheeky, mischievous, sneaky, a cheater, smart. There's quite a few ideas here. You are absolutely right, grade 5s. Someone sly is someone that is sneaky. They are sneaky. They could also be cheaters, but the best way to describe them is to say they're sneaky. Okay. And a real winner. So what do you think a real winner is? If you have a real winner. If my voice is cutting off, it might be the signal, because nothing is happening on my side at the moment in regards to the sound. Okay, so not a cheater. Okay, someone who truly, okay, a winner who actually deserves it, a good person. Very good. So some of you can hear me. That's excellent. So it's probably your network or your signal on your side if you can't hear me. Who actually won? Very good. I think you all understand what a real winner is. Right. So King of the Birds. King of the Birds. This is the table that I've provided for you. It's just to help you through the story. I am going to show it again at the end, okay? So we're going to need to know our characters, our settings, what was the problem, who was the sly winner, and who was the real winner. Okay. So now we can actually start our story. Once, long ago, the birds had a meeting. They wanted a king, just like people and animals. Which bird should be king? Now, Praise, I know you have a question about Flipgrid, but at the end of the lesson, I will share that information with you. Okay, sweetheart? All right. So let's focus on the story, okay? Good girl. Now, once long ago, the birds had a meeting. They wanted a king, just like people and animals. Which bird should be king? The eagle. He is strong and kingly, said one. No, he has no crown, and when he calls, he sounds too sad, said another. Then ostrich, because he is the largest and roars like a lion, one called out. No, he can't fly. The king of the birds must be able to fly. I think I should be king, said Peacock, fanning his tail. I am so beautiful. You are too proud, said Owl. I have the largest eyes of any bird. I should be king. No, not you, Owl, they shouted. You go to sleep when the sun rises. And so they didn't get very far. Then one bird had an idea. He who can fly the highest will be king, he said. Yes, yes, they shouted, and they all flew up into the sky. The goose flew for one day, straight over the highest mountains in the world. The eagle flew for 2 days into the blue above the mountains. But the vulture soared for 3 whole days without stopping, straight towards the sun. Way above them, the birds heard Vulture cry, I am the highest, I am king. But then, just above him, Vulture heard a tiny voice, ding, 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 ding. I am the highest, I am king. It was Nasidi, the Nadiki, the smallest bird of all. He had held on to the great wing feathers of Vulture as he soared into the sky. Now, some of you might be wondering what a Nadiki bird is. So I found a little bit of information for you. This is what a Nadiki bird looks like. It's also called a piping cisticola. It's a very small bird and very dull and very brown. And the males and the females all look the same. The babies are a bit yellower, and you find them in the Western Cape province. So you may be wondering why I also brought this up. And if you go to the website at the bottom, it has so many interesting facts about this little bird. So here you see him making his sound. So this is what I want you to try and imagine. Have you ever taken your fingernail and run it across the teeth of a comb? You know that sound? They make that annoying sound. And it's very penetrating and very sharp. Now, the interesting thing about the Nadiki bird is that despite being small and brown, excuse me, my throat's just a wee bit dry. Okay, so I'm going to drink a little bit of water. Okay, so this little bird is brown and dull, and it makes its nest in bushes and in thorny bushes especially. Now, when they are in those bushes, when they're in those bushes and they are in their little nest, they make these round circle nests, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing about that is you won't be able to see them when they are in that nest. You can't see them because of their color. They are so dull and brown that they camouflage themselves. And they forage there for small, they eat little small insects. So now that you know that the Nadiki bird actually is a real bird, and it actually is a real annoying bird, we'll continue with our story. You won't beat me again, said Vulture, and soared straight up into the air. He flew up and up until he could fly no more. I am higher than any other bird. I am your king, he cried. But out from under his wing crept the tiny bird. Ding, 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 ding. It is I, the smallest one. I am your king. Vulture was too exhausted to fly any further. So down he sailed, with the little bird still under his wing. The other birds were furious with Nasidi. They waited for him, ready to pluck out all his feathers. But the quick little bird saw how angry they were and flew into an empty snake hole. With your big eyes, you must keep guard at the hole and catch him when he comes out, they said to Owl. So Owl sat in front of the hole. But the sun was warm, and soon Owl was fast asleep. The little bird peeped out, saw that Owl was asleep, and zip, away he went. Owl was very ashamed that he had let the little bird escape. Now he only hunts at night. In the day he sleeps away from the sight of the other birds. Who knows what it means to be ashamed? If you are ashamed of something, what are you? Lindiwe, are you falling asleep during my story? What would you be if you were ashamed of something? You'd be disappointed. So he was very ashamed that he let the little bird escape. And now he only hunts at night. So it does mean you are embarrassed. Okay, so now, very good, disappointed at himself, and he would be sad. That's right. Oh, very good, very good. Very good, Neo. Audrey, you're absolutely right. Very good, Lutando. Very good, Naledi. You can also feel sad. Right. So this is the part where we go and we do questions. Now, I know you probably want to answer the question straight away, but there is a way we have to do this. And it's the way I need to teach you how to do it, because it's the same way you'll do it in school. Okay. So I'm going to read through the questions. Okay. So I'm going to read through the questions. You don't answer them straight away, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the story one more time, and then we'll answer the questions. This gives everybody an opportunity, and maybe there are parts of the story that someone didn't remember and now they can take it down. So let's give you an idea of what the questions are going to be. The first question looks like this. Why did the birds have a meeting? And you're welcome to write them down if you want to. I will be showing them up again later in the lesson. What did the birds have to do in order to become king? So what did they have to do in order to become the king? What did they have to do to become king? Now, question 3, who was the pretend winner and who was the real winner? So who was the pretend winner and who, Neo, you're already on the ball. Who was the pretend winner and who was the real winner? Question 4, what would you have said? Now, this is where your opinion matters. Okay, so what would you have said if you were one of the birds at the end of the story? And why couldn't Vulture fly again? Amanda, I think you need coffee, my girl. Falling asleep there. You're making me gonna start yawning soon, but thank you for being here anyway. That means so much to me. Right, so why couldn't Vulture fly again? And how did Nasidi escape? Now, before I take your answers and before I confirm your answers, let's read the story and hope Amanda doesn't fall asleep again. We're going to read the story one more time. So I'm just going to go back, so be patient with me because I have to go back to the beginning and a little bit further, almost there. Okay, dokie, we're getting somewhere. Now, I hope you can remember some of the questions because as you can see, I can't flick back to them straight away. I'm reading the story one last time. I promise, Amanda, one last time. It's so good to have you here. You guys are all awesome. I love seeing your smiley faces. Oh, did I disappear again? Okay. Once long ago, the birds had a meeting. Okay, I can't read that part. I need to move this. They wanted a king, just like people and animals. Which bird should be king? So the birds saw that people and animals, they had kings. So why shouldn't the bird kingdom, why shouldn't birds have a king? But now to decide which bird should be king. The eagle, he's strong and kingly, said one. No, he has no crown. And when he calls, he sounds too sad, said another. Then ostrich, because he is the largest and roars like a lion, one called out. No, he can't fly. The king of the birds must be able to fly. So now we discover what they want. They do want someone that is strong, but they also want someone that has a crown. Someone that does not sound sad, someone that can fly. So these are the things they are looking for in a king. I think I should be king, said Peacock, fanning his tail. I am so beautiful. You are too proud, said Owl. I have the largest eyes of any bird. I should be king. No, not you, Owl, they shouted. You go to sleep when the sun rises. So there we find out they don't want a king that is proud. And they need a king that doesn't sleep during the day. And so they didn't get very far. Then one bird had an idea. He who can fly the highest will be king, he said. Yes, yes, they shouted. And they all flew up into the sky. So they finally agreed on something. They finally agreed that the bird who flew the highest should be king. So the goose flew for one day straight over the highest mountains in the world. The eagle flew for 2 days into the blue above the mountains. But the vulture soared for 3 whole days without stopping straight toward the sun. So here we see that the goose did not have enough energy to fly for more than 1 day. And the eagle could only do it for 2 days. However, the vulture was able to soar for 3 entire days straight towards the sun without resting. Way above them, the birds heard vulture cry, I am the highest, I am king, which was true. But then just above him, vulture heard a tiny voice, tink, 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 I am the highest, I am king. It was Nasidi, the Nadiki, the smallest bird of all. He had held onto the great wing feathers of vulture as he soared into the sky. So the Nadiki bird did not fly himself high up into the sky. Because he's so small and camouflaged and so tiny, he could cling to the feathers of the vulture without being noticed. So I'm going to bypass our information because you can look at it anytime. And we do have the website there where the birds are that you can go look up. Okay, you won't beat me again, said Vulture, and soared straight up into the air. He flew up and up until he could fly no more. I am higher than any other bird. I am your king, he cried. So then he went even higher. But out from under his wing crept the tiny bird. Tink, 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 tink. It is I, the smallest one. I am your king. Now, Vulture was too exhausted to fly any further. So the annoying little bird was still there. So down he sailed. Now they're talking about the vulture. He sailed because he was exhausted, with the little bird still under his wing. The other birds were furious with Nasidi. So why were the other birds furious, I wonder? They waited for him, ready to pluck out all his feathers. But the quick little bird saw how angry they were and flew into an empty snake hole. With your big eyes, you must keep guard at the hole and catch him when he comes out, they said to Owl. So Owl sat in front of the hole. But the sun was warm, and soon Owl was fast asleep. The little bird peeped out, saw that Owl was fast asleep, and zip away he went. Owl was very ashamed that he had let the little bird escape. Now he only hunts at night. In the day he sleeps, away from the sight of the other birds. Okay, so now we can go back to our questions. Okay, so let's have a look at the chats here and see if they, so I can follow it while the questions pop up. Okay. Right. Let's look at the first question. Are you ready? Why did the birds have a meeting? So why did the birds have a meeting? See if you can type that into the chat box to me, Sheena. Very good, Neo. So why did the birds have a meeting? I've only got one answer so far. Oh, there they come to see who would be king. They wanted to have a king. Ooh, this is looking good. I hope you've got this down. Very good. Very good, Praise. Very good, Lindiwe. Audrey, well done. Smangaliso, Siabongo, well done. You all. Jerome, very good. Very good, Kelly. Well done. Nice. Okay, so are we ready for the next question? Oh, it's so nice to have you guys here. Makes my day. Right. What did the birds have to do in order to become king? So what did they have to do? That's a quick answer. Come, you can type me that. That's a quick answer. Get those little fingers moving. Yes, very good, Lutando. Audrey, well done. Good. Very good, Nia, but what kind of contest? What did they have to actually do? What did they have to do? What was the action in the contest? Yes, that's it. Well done. Thumbs up to you. I love your smile, by the way. Smangoliso, very good. Very good, Neliadi. And the Jordan family, you in your PJ still. You're going to swallow me with that yawn? My goodness, I could feel it. I would have disappeared. Very good, Neliadi. Very good, Smangaliso. Well done, Ndiwe. Very good, Kelly. You guys are amazing. I just love it. I don't feel like I'm alone over here. Well done, Connor. Right, shall we do the next question? Don't worry, I'm going to show you my answers now, but I've got a funny feeling yours are going to be the same as mine were. Okay, question 3. Who was the pretend winner and who was the real winner? So who was the sly winner and who was the real winner? Well done, Neo. I think you enjoyed the story, didn't you? Yeah, very good. Who's next? Who was the pretend winner? Who was the real winner? Very good, Smangaliso. Well done, Praise. Well done, Lutando. You're learning how to type your answers quick. Very good, Audrey. Very good. You got both of them right. Well done, sweetheart. This is awesome. You guys are amazing. I'm so proud of you. Very good, Lindiwe. And you remembered the tricky name. Well done, Connor. The Nadiki isn't an easy name, but I don't know if you guys remember when you were younger and you learned that song, Two Little Dicky Birds. Do you remember that? Two little dicky birds. Okay. Well, it probably comes. This is my theory now. I don't know if it's true, but it's just my thoughts that dicky bird comes from nidiki because it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Little small bird. Okay, we ready for the next question? Yes, Neo, that's it. Also the one named Peter and the one named Paul. Very good. Okay, very good, Praise. Now, what would you have said if you were one of the birds at the end of the story? So if you were one of those group of birds and you saw all this happening, what would you have said? Now, remember, this isn't a right or wrong answer. This is your answer. So, okay, get that, Nasidi. Very good, Lutando. Don't be stupid. I can't watch the Nasidi. Very good, Neo. Nasidi, you are cheat. Very good, Tafika. Audrey, Nasidi is the highest. He is fairly king. Lindiwe, I would say well done to the Nadiki. Praise, I would say everyone can be their own king. This is very interesting because there's so many different ideas. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Naledi, stop cheating. Yeah. Very good. Okay. I really like the way your ideas are going. So do you see how different we can all think? We can think, actually, because the Nadiki was sly, he should actually be king because he figured that out. Or you could say he's a cheater. Let's get him. Amanda, well done. I think that's the longest sentence you've typed me today. Can I read it? Yeah? Okay, thank you. I would have said, get away from me. I need to win. Go, go. I shall win. I would make you lose. I would cheat. Wow. That is one speech. Good on you. Smangaliso, they must be family and friends. So you reckon they should all be family and friends and no one should be king? Okay, well, let's move on. Neo is clapping hands for all of you. He thinks you all did an awesome job. Why couldn't Vulture fly again? Why couldn't Vulture fly again? So who can tell me that one? Audrey, good. He was tired. Tafika, he was too exhausted. A bit like Lindiwe and Amanda at the moment. They look very exhausted, but so beautiful at the same time. So Lutando was exhausted. Lutando said the vulture was exhausted. Amanda said he was so tired as a couch potato. Neo, he was exhausted. Very good. Praise, he was tired. Well done. Jerome, he was tired. Naledi, he was too tired to go on. Very good. And someone else, they don't have a name, but they also answered correctly. He was tired. Okay, so whether you say tired or whether you say exhausted, they're both correct. I mean, can you imagine? Yes, Neo, I was just going to say that. Can you imagine? He flew for 3 days. It's exhausting. I can't even hold my hand up in the air for 5 minutes. Right, Lindiwe? Well done. He was tired and he didn't have energy. Okay, let's look at number 6. Number six. How did Nasidi escape? How? Look at the question carefully. How did Nasidi escape? That's right, Simangaliso. Your answer is correct. So for number 6, how did Nasidi escape? Now look at it carefully. It says how and it says escape. So what do you remember? I'll give you a little bit of time to type away for me. Lutando, very good. Okay, but very good, Connor, for number 5. That's correct. Very good, Lutando. Your answer for number 6 is correct. Zara, very good. Audrey, well done. And then how did he escape after that, Audrey? Nia, you like your adjectives. Well done. Very good. Lindiwe, yes. Okay, so the answer I'm getting is that the owl fell asleep and then the little bird escaped. So we've only got a few minutes left. So I'm going to go through my answers. So just check yours at the same time. We've only got about 8 minutes left, I think. I am going to miss you too, but I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, so let's do this. You all got that one right. Clap hands, give yourself a thumbs up, give yourself a pat on the back. Absolutely. There we go. And then for number 2, oopsie daisy, what am I doing? They had to fly as high as they could. Okay, I just need to move this so I can see. And the winner would be the one who flew the highest. Very good. Okay, who was the pretend winner and who was the real winner? So my answer was the Nadiki was the sly winner and the vulture was the real winner. This was your own answers and I absolutely love them. Oh, I hope you guys come back tomorrow. He was exhausted. Very good. He escaped when the owl was sleeping and when the sun came up. And most of you actually got all those right. Well done. See, you can listen. Did you enjoy the story? Sam, be honest now. Come on, your Don family, I can see. I don't mind a bit of honesty. Right, so recap. These are the characters. and the settings. What was the problem? What solution did they find? Who is the sly winner and who is the real winner? So we find that our characters are, I'm going a bit fast because I know I have to leave you soon. So I do apologize, but you can re-watch the video, don't worry. So we have eagle, ostrich, peacock, owl, vulture, goose, and the dicky. The settings is the forest and the sky. Pretty easy there. What was the problem? They wanted to choose a king. What was the solution? Choose the bird that flew the highest. Who is the sly winner? The Nadiki. And who is the real winner? The vulture. So this is what I was talking about on Flipgrid. Okay, so I would like you to retell the story to me on Flipgrid, and you can use these sentence starters. You know, when you usually retell or write a story, you start with first, then, next. Oh, you're done, you're going to swallow me. I could feel it. My goodness, the yawns are going to make me yawn. Okay, so then we have next, after that, and finally. So I would love to hear you retell the story to me using those words. And remember, it must be in the right sequence, using past tense and the connecting words and pronunciation. So this is what Flipgrid looks like. Okay, so you can ask your parents' permission to type in that www.flipgrid. You see where the arrow is pointing? Okay, you type in King of the Birds. And once you're in, you click the green button and you will get to that image that you can see the grade 5 FAL King of the Birds, and you can tell me your story. Do you see where this black box is? That is where your picture and your name will come up. Okay, so I see there's a lot of chats here, and I'm afraid I'm probably going to have to say goodbye soon. But oh, I got some lovely messages, very good answers too. So please, if you can retell the story to me on Flipgrid, I would really, really love to see it. We changed the time so we could make sure everybody could attend. And Audrey, I absolutely love you guys coming. Nia, you were amazing participants. Actually, praise. I could actually list all your names if you remember them. They were amazing. So these are the links you can go, and you can go to Storyweaver, you can read some stories, and you can see some information on the beauty of the birds. Okay, and I will definitely see you tomorrow. And here's my email address if you want to send me some work or some pictures or your answers. Okay, and these are the links you can follow us on. I'm going to go back and end our lesson on the page of Flipgrid, so that if some of you are taking note, you can have a look at that. I love you guys. I hope to see you back tomorrow. And just because I'm saying goodbye doesn't mean you'll stop seeing the information, okay? You know how this works. Tomorrow we're doing comprehension, and it's a different story, and it's going to be fun. So I will see you then. Bye, guys.